Hey everyone, welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey. I again forgot to record the audio when actually recording this, so now I'm dubbing over it. This hasn't been the first time this has happened. You guys might remember that there was like a 4-episode streak before when this occurred. And it happened again. Luckily it was just the one episode, but I also have a feeling that that's not going to be the last time this is going to happen. So, anyways, I guess it's time for me to talk about anything. And it's kind of weird too because I'm like looking at the game capture right now instead of the video running, just so I have a sense of how long I need to talk for. I'm like, okay, like what can I talk about? Like, it's weird because I talked right about the game, but then it was I've already experienced this part of the game, so I'm like, oh, and like I don't normally do this. So watching footage of myself playing with no audio, like. Again, this is the 5th time I've done this, so it's a completely new experience. I wouldn't mind like toying the idea of a Let's Play where I just do this the whole time, like I pre-record all the gameplay footage and then I just like talk over it. That might be a fun experiment, though I don't know if I will do it because like that'll double my workload, so to speak, because I have to record the gameplay and then afterwards I have to like talk over it. It's more efficient to do both at once, but I think this has its benefits too because I can have, because there's no focus on me playing the game, I can just focus on my mouth and what I say. So, one thing I just like want to talk about is just like recently, it's just sometimes like in our lives, like we have things that happen to us, like good and bad. You know, like even like in everyday scenarios, like you might look at your, you know, let's say like this morning something really good happened to you, and like something bad happened to you this evening. I feel like in some senses like we have agency about like what we get to focus on, right? So it's like, okay, well, a good thing, a bad thing happened to me today, but I'm gonna focus on the good, and I'm gonna have a good day because of it. And then, but on the other hand, I can say like, well, even though this good thing happened to me, this bad thing happened, and like that was pretty depressing, so I'm gonna have a bad day for it. But I think like on some level we get control, and not to say that like we'll always have control, because I think a large part of like what makes humans humans is that we experience these emotions, and sometimes we experience them intensely, right? So like say if you're like walking down the street and someone, I was gonna say, I don't know, stabs you in the leg, which is, that'd be quite the scenario. You're gonna feel a lot of pain, and then likewise too, you might be like, oh man, like that really sucks. Like, even though, like, someone might have given you, like, a free $20 check earlier that day, but then later on someone stabbed you in the leg. Well, first of all, like, that's disproportional, right? Like, I would happily spend $20 to not get my leg stabbed. So, it's like, well, in that case, you could, I think it'd be an easy argument to say that the bad outweighs the good. But let's say, okay, so, maybe earlier on in the day, like, you save someone's life, but then later you get stabbed in the leg. So both are pretty intense, and you know, again, you might say that saving someone's life is far better than getting yourself stabbed in the leg. You could still say like, oh, like I still had a bad day because I got my leg stabbed, which is interesting because like on one hand it's like, well, I saved someone, like that's gotta be pretty good. But then on the other hand too, it's like, well, saving someone in some ways, you're affecting someone else's life that isn't your own, which I think it does affect you in a way that, you know, you've done a good thing and you've helped someone, like you would take satisfaction from that depending on who you are. But getting stabbed in your leg, like say if someone like maliciously wanted to do that, that directly affects you and you have to deal with the pain, whereas like if I save someone and then I walk away, like that's done, right? Like yes, I'll have like lingering emotions of what I did and my feelings and all that that's related to it, but afterwards, like I don't, because I'm not them, I can't necessarily experience the same level of joy or relief that they might be experiencing. Whereas the whole leg situation, yeah, like you're gonna feel that. So it might, in some ways, it might be a lot easier to focus on that, because even like the next day, like you might be in so much pain that you forgot about what you've done. And then you might be saying like, well, what's the point of this conversation? Like it seems like you're really going extremes, but also highlighting hypothetical scenarios which are unlikely to happen. It's like, well, I will admit that I think my examples definitely use a lot of work, but I think the point I was trying to make, and I mentioned this before, is that I think in any given day, there's good things and bad things that happen to us, so we can really decide what we want to focus on. And you know, I guess it's like the glass half empty versus glass half full, right? Like I could say, even for something as mundane as this, I can say, oh no, like I have to record audio for this Mario episode, and like I didn't have to, like I could have just left it up where it's like it would have just been gameplay sounds and no commentary, and maybe some of you will prefer that, but I say, well, no, this will give me a chance to just do some like rambling. It's only 10 minutes and I can really go off the beaten paths, but it was my mindset that let me see it that way. I could say, okay, well, I can see the good in this, even though you might say, like, oh, this is an inconvenience. It's like, oh no, that's just something you have. Like, it's all about the perspective, and the perspective can really change how you view life. Because I really do believe this, that like with the right perspective, life becomes amazing. Like, absolutely true. And even too, like I look at my YouTube channel, and this is a different related topic that maybe I should get into later. I feel like I talk about YouTube channel a lot though. Is that sometimes you get so focused on the milestones or like your next goal, like, and this happened to me recently, and I'm trying to avoid it, but I think sometimes, in some ways, I am a little bit afraid of becoming a victim of my own success, or just, you know, focusing on the next thing and not enjoying what I have. And it's good to take a minute to appreciate like what you do have, right? Like, so for example, on my and this is applicable for everyday life. It's like, well, shoot, like it's winter and I have to drive to work, and I don't like winter driving. It's like, okay, and that's fair, you know. Like, I'm not saying you can't have opinions or that there can't be things you dislike, but I think sometimes too it's nice to appreciate what you do have that you don't necessarily think about. Like, yes, like maybe you have to do winter driving, but I would argue that chances are pretty good that in the night you get to come home to a warm bed and sleep in like inside a house. Like, yeah, it might be minus 30 or it might be snowing outside, but you don't have to sleep outside. It's like, that's pretty good, right? And I guess like for me in the context of my YouTube channel, because I guess this really is all just about me. I'm just like, oh, like I want to like grow my channel, like I want to try to get like 1,000 subscribers. Like I always look at the next thing, but it's like, dude, look at what you have right now. Like, I feel like I've made a lot of growth as a content creator. Like, I've just, like, some of my thumbnails I've made for my StarCraft highlight videos, like, I'm pretty happy about those. I like how those are turning out. But just too is, like, I have an audience. Like, I have over 300 subscribers and people watch my highlights videos. Like, that's pretty good, and not everyone has that, right? Like, it's such a mundane thing anyways. Like, this is all just a hobby. So, like, in some sense, it's weird that I invest so much work and emotional energy to it, but in other ways it makes sense because, like, that's my passion. But, like, I guess, but I guess sometimes I'm trying to say is, like, I feel like we have skewed priorities. Like, I might be thinking, like, oh no, like, I guess I'm afraid, as I said, of becoming a victim of my own success, where like I see this as like a numbers game, and I don't have the passion for doing what I do simply because I want to do it, right? Like, I guess what I'm concerned is like I will have the desire to do YouTube with the intentions of becoming successful, when really I think that's the wrong way to do it. Like, I should be doing this because I want to. And and that's why we still have like these Mario Let's Plays, or like I post my games of StarCraft, just because like, from like strictly like a successful standpoint, it makes no sense for me to have these videos, because obviously like my audience is here for my StarCraft highlight videos, but I do them because I like to do them, even though they're nowhere near as popular. But I mean, that's the whole point, right? Like, the reason why I keep having these videos is because like, I like doing them, and I want to see like, okay, like I want to see if I can grow as like a commentator or a Let's Player. Like, that's just what I want to do, and I think that's important. But I think I need to keep reminding myself that, because it's, you know, I lose sight of my goals often. Well, hopefully not often, but it does happen where I'll take a step back and think, okay, I should really reevaluate my priorities here. Like, because it's not about how many subscribers or how many views. It should be like, I should want to do this. And of course, like, it's easy for me to say this now after I've gotten like a bit of an audience, but I really do think it's important. So I'm looking at the time lapse, and it doesn't seem like there's much left to this episode, so I'm just basically gonna wait for. Oh, it looks like I'm about to sign off. Oh, I have 7 seconds of commentary. Look at that, my eyes look glazed. And guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.